What's up guys, Mirage here, back with another Talk Tuesday, and this week's is about culture awareness. First, if you can see this shirt, see, I'll show it to you guys. These are the 5 names of the exonerated 5. If you've seen the documentary When They See Us, they talk about basically these kids were accused of raping a young woman in Central Park. And anyway, I supported them because they were falsely accused. So that's why they're called the exonerated 5 now. That documentary is on Netflix, so definitely check that out. So let's dive in. So culture is one of those topics where it's so big, so big. There's so much that could be said about it. So I'm gonna dwindle it down into like 3 tips off the top of my head that I think would be really helpful. First tip is humility. I think anytime you're meeting somebody, or a group of people or whatever, and they're different from you, same as you, doesn't matter. Just having a sense of humility. Approaching the situation where it's like, you know, I could make a mistake, I could do something wrong, like, I'm gonna humble myself and not assume that I know everything about this culture or this particular group of people. I'm gonna be open-minded, I'm gonna be considerate, and I'm gonna be sensitive that I could do something even accidentally that could be offensive. So if I come with a humble attitude, then I'm gonna prevent myself from getting into any kind of trouble or offending anybody, and everything will just be a lot smoother that way. Tip number 2 is read the room. So it's really important to quite literally read the room, but also metaphorically just kind of pay attention to people's body language, pay attention to their tone, pay attention to how they're interacting with you when you're interacting with a different culture, or even if it's a culture that you know, or you think you know, because there's subcultures in culture. So even though we may know, say, black people, not all black people are the same, not all white people are the same, not all of any people are the same. So it's just good to kind of be open to receiving new information. So just kind of reading the room, reading how that person is acting, you know, reacting to different stimuli, and then just kind of adapt and change, and, you know, have an open perception to really try to understand where they're coming from. And if you have that attitude, it's going to make things way better, and you're going to have an increased awareness of the situation, and you're going to have an increased sensitivity to people of a different culture, or even people of the same culture. Tip number 3, you want to give up on full knowledge of any culture. Here's the reality. Even cultures that you may think that you know 100%, everybody's different and everybody's unique. So the best way to do it is to just treat everyone like a unique individual. They can have their own ideas, they can have their own, you know, ways of doing things, and it can be inside of a subculture, but be a subculture and completely do it way different than what you think it should be done or would be done or whatever. So this is why, like, research is great, Google is great, all these things are great, but you don't really know. You just don't. So it's better to just approach everyone with their unique individuality and just try to learn from them. On that note, the best way to get to know someone is to build rapport with them. So I think about myself. I'm biracial. I'm half black, half white. People meet me, and because my skin is very light, people think I'm white, just off top. Now, some people don't, some people do. The people that do, some of them have just asked directly, hey, are you this or that? What are you? Some people, they don't even say. Some people have waited until we've become closer, even on a friend level or some kind of level, to where, you know, I know them, they know me. Because here's the deal, when you ask somebody something like that, like, bro, what are you? Some people say, what are, so sometimes it's how you ask too. What are you? I'm a human. What do you mean? Like, are you black? Are you white? Are you Mexican? No, I'm not. That feels more like an interview. And how many of you guys feel uncomfortable in interviews? Nobody likes to be interviewed. Now, if you become friends with somebody and you build rapport with somebody and you get close to somebody, and then it's like one-on-one scenario, hey man, listen, I've always wondered this, like, are you biracial, or are you like, are you one race? Like, I just was interested. Then I'm invested because they actually took the time to get to know me as a person. They are being considerate, they are being sensitive, they are trying to just ask a question in a genuine way. There's no ulterior motive, they just want to know. And they try to ask in the appropriate context. Asking somebody a question like that in a group of people in a large room, like that's not gonna get you what you want. You're not gonna learn about that person's culture or what that person is. You're just gonna make them feel uncomfortable and feel like they're being interviewed. So I personally, and that's to each their own, but I personally don't ask people right off the bat, hey, are you this, are you that? Like I just don't, why does that matter? Like, if we become friends, if we have a unique conversation or any kind of connection on a human level, then at some point I might find that out. Even though I might find that out, I may have preconceived notions of that culture. But those all don't matter, because at some point we're going to have genuine conversation. I'm going to spend time with them. I'm going to get to know them. I'm going to learn more about them and their culture. So that's going to be revealed over time. So it's not really something that you have to search. And that's why this point is called just giving up, because we have to give up on this idea that we can just grasp all culture and we can understand it in its entirety. Somebody told me once, if you can fully understand something, you can control it. Think about that. If you can fully understand something, you can control it. So I'll just leave you with that thought, something to kind of think about. But I don't think that we need to fully understand all the different cultures. I think we just need to have an attitude of humility. We need to have an ability to read the room and adapt. And we need to give up on fully understanding, because at the end of the day, everybody is a unique individual and everybody has something different that they bring to the table. If you're looking for some sort of consultation to help build your brand or build any kind of thing like that, or just artist skills, or if you're looking for a speaker for your next event, please consider booking me. I can share my story. I can talk about a variety of topics. Go to my website, IamMirage.com. It's spelled with 2 A's. Check it out and book me today. Peace.